The 2011 Foot Locker National Cross Country Championship Girls Division is underway. For those of you watching from around the country, if you've never seen this course before, relatively flat here for the first half mile. Everything is up and downhill a little bit, but this is the only real flat part of the course, so we should get a pretty fast first half mile. Carrie, I guess the nerves are now underway. We're on our way. These girls just 40 in the race, but you really can't afford to let anybody get too far away from you, can you?
You know, anytime I've run a cross-country race, you always have to kind of know the position where you want to be, whether that means win the race, be in the top 10, top 15. You need to be able to see that position. Girls rarely come back to you. Yes, they do. There's some. But the majority of the runners aren't going to be falling back. So you got to be able to keep them within sight, Tim.
You really do. You really can't afford to let anybody get too far away, can you? Looks like that's Nikki Hiltz from the West taking it out very quickly. But you also can't get caught up in it, can you? If you go out too fast, those hills come up on you. They get a little bigger.
You know, I have been talking to all of the girls. Yes, I'm the Midwest captain, but I've been talking to all of the girls and giving them equal amounts of advice. And this is the part of the course where you got to just kind of let the race happen. You're going to come back here, you know, in about 400 meters and come back through the crowd. And when you come back through the crowd, that's really when this race starts. So for the first 800 meters, you got to kind of let your emotions just really kind of calm down and see where you're at, and then let the race happen. Right when they come through here, we need to hear all of you guys out there, because they're going to be ready to roll once they see you, this crowd right here.
They are out very quickly here. We usually have a field that will run together, but not now. We're going to take this out very quickly and let everybody follow along if they can. That's our girls' leader. That looks like that's Molly Seidel from the Midwest, certainly one of our favorites. She bided her time in the region, but not today.
Erin Finn? It might be Erin Finn, actually, Tim. And Erin was, you know, here last year. She was 7th. She knows how to run this race. She's very excited. This girl she's a peanut as well, but she's got a loud voice and she's excited about everything in life. But she wanted to come here and run a really good race, and I think she really wants to better her position from last year. So that means top 7. She's got something to go for.
Boy, she is coming up to the half mile already. This is a very quick first 800 meters. We see Carly Garcia in that front of that lead group. She always likes to lead, but Erin Finn taking this pace out very quickly. Also in that group, see McKenna Morley, the freshman from Montana, her first time through here also, and they're coming by the 800. Wow, 2:37 at the 800. We're out very quickly here.
You know, I can't really tell who that is, Tim, actually.
Well, let it come around here to
we'll let them come around and we'll see. All these girls look so much alike, but each and every one of them have a big mission at hand today, and they're ready to go for it.
Well, they come this way, don't they?
Well, we're out very quickly. If you make a move like that, that's nothing you have to stay with. You cannot come back to the pack and then let them come up to you. So this is a commitment early on. We should see this hill be very important here the first time through.
Bring them through, you guys. Here they come. They need your energy.
That is our leader, Erin Finn, the junior from West Bloomfield. She is pushing that pace right from the start. The freshman Morley from Montana and Garcia, the junior, also running very well in that loop. Grace Tinkey, also one of our favorites in there. Virtually everybody right up in there early on. With some of the more experienced girls, though, it is a very fast pace. So some of the more experienced and some of our favorites not in that lead group. But it is certainly going to be an interesting race. This is not tactical anymore. Across the road, down there by the wading pools, they'll make a loop and head to the first mile, and we haven't even got to the first big hill. It is very unusual, Carrie, for somebody to be able to take this lead like this.
It is unusual, but you never say never here. I mean, we see some of the greatest Olympians, greatest runners that have ever come that have raced right here. So you never know what's going to happen, but there's a lot of good girls behind her. So
this is do or die, isn't it?
This is
either
do or
she
die.
is going to run the best race of her life, or she is going to really pay for it on that second loop, but she is really out fast. This is a high-quality field to take that field like that and gap them so early on.
And, you know, you have to credit the group behind her because they have to stay within themselves as well. It's hard to let somebody go, and we talked about that early on in the race. It's hard to let somebody get that far out, but you have to stay within your range. You have to stay within your race strategy and figure out when it is time to try to get her to reel back in.
Well, we have Erin Finn as our leader in that chase group, if you will. Leading that chase group, Carly Garcia, the West Regional champion, McKenna Morley, the freshman from Big Fork, Montana, Maria Hager from Shakopee, Minnesota in that group. We see Kaylee Flanagan from Lake Park, Grace Tinkey from First Presbyterian in that group, Cammie Chappis, the miler. Remember, she's got 440 mile speed, so maybe she's really comfortable at that pace, but we're coming across the road here. We'll be coming up to the mile shortly. As soon as she crosses that road, she'll start up that hill and we'll hit the mile mark. There she goes across the road. So holy cow, we are going to be here right at about 5:20 or so for that first mile. And now the hills begin. Erin Finn up the hill on her way for the first time. They will do this big hill twice. It really comes in two sections. They go up the very steep part here, then it levels off a little bit. They make a big U-turn and still climb to the top of the hill, and then the very steep downhill. But Erin Finn has made a commitment to the lead here, and she is pushing it up that hill with a large pack. 39 of the best girls in the country giving chase.
First look back there, Tim. She took her first look back to see how she's doing, and she probably doesn't hear anybody. It's amazing how you can hear people breathing around you, and when you're all alone, it's kind of like, what's going on? Where are they? So she's looking for them.
Boy, she really has stretched this race out, though. Even our pack behind her is starting to stretch out. She makes her way around that big U-turn. Now it's a slight, still uphill, but a slight uphill. She'll get to the top and then coming on that downhill.
The big thing is now if they do come back up to Erin to see how she can recover. And that's one of the big things that us as high schoolers, where we're winning our state championships and we're out there by ourselves all the time, we go to college, we have to figure that out. And running here at the Foot Locker Championships, that's where you get to feel what it feels like to have somebody come and not gobble you up, but sort of, come around you. So we'll have to see if they do catch up to Erin, how she reacts to that.
Erin Finn, she's made the turn on the downhill, very steep, about 250 meters of a very steep downhill. She got into that early. That should help her to open that lead a little bit. When she gets to the downhill, she has about 600 meters to come back to the crossover, if you will, the halfway point. Looks like Abby Leonardi is that girl in the green trying to move up in the northeast. Grace Tinkey of the south in the green. Abby is in the northeast in the blue, and they are leading that chase group. McKenna Morley, still the freshman, hanging right in there. And we see Molly Seidel starting to move up now. So all of our favorites starting to place themselves up. So it is going to be an interesting second loop of this course. When she comes by, she'll come by and make the turn head on, and they'll do the exact same course twice. So coming by the halfway point here. Erin Finn, a big move here for the junior from West Bloomfield, Michigan, is out very quickly here and continues to run very fast through the first half of this course.
Tim, it'd be interesting to hear, if we could, how far ahead she actually is at this point. I don't know if any of our spotters can tell us that, but she looks a ways out.
She really is running very quickly. But it is a very experienced group coming up behind her also. So this is girls who have run very well at all these distances and big races. I'm sure nobody's panicking yet. I'm sure they have figured they have time. But at some point, they're going to have to say, hey, wait a minute.
Right.
We can't let her get to that hill all by herself. Here she comes. Those of you folks here, let her hear it. A big move here. This is what champions do. They go out hard. They go out and try to take it, and that's what you have to do in a national championship. And Erin Finn, she really is out well. Here comes Molly Seidel in second. She's doing that chase group. She made a big move in her regional right about midway. Grace Tinkey right there with her also. Carly Garcia, Abby Leonetti. It is a good group.
You know what we haven't talked about is Abby Leonetti out of the Northeast. She's been here before. She's maybe just biding her time as well.
It's interesting. I think last year in this race, she did the tactic Erin Finn did. She took that pace out. So either she has learned from her or realizes now that she has to make a move, and they're pushing it a little bit. But Erin Finn, she is not letting up at all. Seidel now separating herself a little bit. Tinkey right in that group. Garcia, Leonardi, they're in that chase group. But as you can tell, with these fine, talented runners, if they're spread out like this, it is a very, very fast pace. And that hill is going to be killer the second time.
You know what?
Really
if any of you have an opportunity to go run that hill, go do it, because these kids are so tough and they have to do it twice at top speed. It's amazing, but it's a great hill.
You really have to admire the effort of Erin Finn. This is incredible. She has led virtually from the gun. We're going to be coming up to the 2 mile here. There is no doubt about it. This girl came here to run fast, and she looks good, doesn't she?
She looks good. I mean, she's got zip still, and, I would think mentally a little bit she's wondering how things are going back behind her, but you know what? She's young, she's daring, and you never know what's going to happen.
Now, interesting, Molly Seidel is our champion from the Midwest, ran a great second half in the Midwest Regional, so we're looking for her to make a big move. Trying to get a recap of where everybody is in that race. Finn is our leader, Seidel is in second, Carly Garcia, our young stud from Oakmont, the West champion, in third, Grace Tinkey in fourth, Makina Morley of Big Fork, Montana in fifth, Abby Leonardi in sixth, Sophie Chase is in seventh, Laura Leff, the sophomore from New York, in eighth, Maria Hager from Shakopee, Minnesota, in ninth, Katarina Rocha in 10th, and Karis Yokin from Texas, 11th, Nicole Mello from Hickman in 12th. That's our top 12, and everybody here not only looking for championships, but also looking to be an All-American.
All-American status is huge. I mean, there's only one champion, but when you're here, it's great to be able to go up in front at the award ceremony and be in that top 15. So, yeah, any place here is great today, but All-American is awesome, and being that champion is even better.
They're coming up to the 2-mile mark. Seidel closing that distance now on Finn, and Garcia trying to lead that chase group in third. Very quick. We're going to be still a very quick 2 mile, just a little bit over 11 minutes, about 11:07, 11:08. We're right there, 11:08 for 3,200 meters or for 2 miles. Molly Seidel trying to close that distance. Garcia, a great hill runner. She'll certainly use that hill the second time up to close that gap if she can. But we are setting ourselves up for a great last mile. Wow, what a thrill to watch these girls. If you're here in person, this is as good as it gets. 40 best females in the country, and there's no doubt. This is not tackle, this is guts here now with a mile to go.
All right, bring them through.
Here they come, Erin Finn and Molly Seidel. They know each other well, both from the Midwest region. Finn and Seidel and Garcia and Leonardi trying to close that gap. We've got Finn, Seidel, Garcia, Leonardi, Tinkey, Morley moving up well. Braithwaite now, she did this same thing in the West region. She was quite a ways back. We also see now Picarillo, Angel Picarillo in the blue of the Northeast. She was very far back the first time through. She has moved up a considerable distance and continues to move up. Angel Picarillo, the Northeast section champion, now into the top 10. A very fast miler, great speed, starting to move up. Oh, it's going to be a tough time up that hill.
I'm nervous.
Finn, though, no let up. Erin Finn, the gap is closing, but she continues to put the hammer down. And the two of them certainly separating themselves. Erin Finn and Molly Seidel of the Midwest. You know, there is a team competition. That Midwest, they're pretty good. Who's their captain?
That would be me again.
Well, your squad is
and
doing
Peter
well.
Henkels. Just saying, Midwest. But
Midwest.
Here we go.
They look great now. They continue to expand that lead.
These girls are running so composed. They are way out. And you know what? When they see that they're on the same team, when Erin sees Molly come on up, she's going to get even more excited. So this is going to be a tight race, you guys.
They just continue to expand that lead. Finn and Seidel, it is a tremendous field. So many of these girls, 450 milers, 1020, 1032 milers, all of them state champions, national champions in their divisions and in their distances on the track. And yet these two girls are just pulling away. And here we go, get ready for the big hill. Here we go, starting up the hill the second time. Seidel now moving up right on Finn. Erin Finn, still our leader, has held that lead now for 2.5 miles. But here comes the Midwest champ, Seidel, up on her shoulder, and the two of them now head up the hill side by side.
See, this will be interesting now. Does Molly go flying by her? Does she? Okay, we'll have to see here.
Molly Seidel.
It's tough on that hill, but she makes a decisive move.
Finn, though, she is hanging in there, but Molly Seidel making her move to a national championship. She has decided this is it. The hill, if she can get to the top of the hill, she has great speed. It'll be very difficult to catch her as they start going up that hill. Finn and Seidel, those are our leaders, with Seidel making it to the top. Carly Garcia of Oakmont still in third. Abby Leonardi in fourth. Grace Tinkey in fifth. Makina Morley in sixth. Kelsey Braithwaite continues to move up from Utah in 7th. Julia Boss now also moving up into 8th there as they head up the hill.
Erin has regrouped here, Tim.
She really has. She's not going to let this thing get too far away from her.
That makes a tough athlete right there to be able to get past and to regroup.
She really does. She looks good. Finn giving Seidel just a couple steps, but here they are. They're going to try to come back on her. They make the downhill. We've got a 2-woman race here heading for a national championship.
You should see how fast they go down this hill, too, you guys. You can't even imagine how fast their legs are turning over.
Erin Finn back up on her shoulder, and Erin Finn back into the lead. Using that downhill, Erin Finn, the junior, opens up a bit of a lead on the downhill. When they get to the bottom of that downhill, 600 meters to go. Erin Finn coming back strong. Molly Seidel right there behind her, and here they come. We've got flat. They'll do that for about 300 meters, make the turn to come up the road. They'll have 150 meters to go. Erin Finn, what a gutsy effort.
Molly Seidel's got a 4:42 1600 meter. She's got some wheels as well, so we'll have to see who's got that final kick.
We'll have to see who has the big heart. Molly Seidel, here we go. 400 meters to go. Seidel moving up on Finn, but Finn showed that means nothing. She'll be coming back. Little bit of a hill right there.
They are still way out, Tim.
They are so far out of everybody. Coming into view, about 300 meters to go. Molly Seidel, Erin Finn. The Midwest 1-2. Garcia still in 3rd, but a great race going in 3 through 15 for those All-Americans. Here they come, making the turn.
Guys.
Molly Seidel and Erin Finn, 150 meters to go to a national championship. Molly Seidel and Erin Finn, 10 meters apart.
Bring it in, bring it in.
Molly Seidel up the top of that little ridge. Erin Finn hanging on right there. Here they come over the top of the hill, down to the finish line. Our 2011 Foot Locker National Champion, Molly Seidel. Erin Finn, a great effort. She'll finish 2nd. Great race for 3rd on through for our All-American status.
Northeast, northeast.
That looks like Laura Leff moving up into 3rd there.
Abby Leonardi in 4th.
Folks, let's hear it for all these girls, state champions and regional champions, all of them outstanding runners. The 40 best girls in the country, and they have been out here hammering this course. It hasn't been easy at all.
No, when anyone takes it out that fast, it's tough. These are America's next best, you guys. You better look for them. 2016, 2020 Olympians, U.S. champions.
Every one of them. Let's bring them all in, folks. Every single one of them. A great girls' championship final. Erin Finn really laying it on the line, and Molly Seidel proving she should be the national champion with a great race. But Erin Finn, that was very impressive.
You know, she is one tough cookie, and the way that she held her composure, that is what's so impressive. To be runner-up and to go back and forth and back and forth, man, we had a great race out there.